Hello. So today I'd like to look at a beautiful ghazal by Asadullah Khan Ghalib, and this would have been composed after about 1826. So perhaps after he had been to or set out for Calcutta, which at the time was the center of the British rule and which had a very flourishing Persian and Urdu literary scene. So this is quite a mature, or more mature and more erudite poem by Ghalib, and it is on a metaphysical theme. But first, let me read out the poem, which is havas ko hai nishāt kar kya kya, na ho marna to jeene ka maza kya. So, like that, this is a beautiful poem, a ghazal, which you can look up on the internet, Ghalib's Ghazal number 21. In particular, you can read a commentary on the site known as Desert Full of Roses, created by the wonderful Professor Frances Pritchett, who is a shagird. She's a disciple of an excellent man of letters, one of our Nauratna, if you would like to say it that way, is a ornament in the Indian literary scene, and that is Shamsur Rahman al-Faruqi. Or Shamsur Rahman Faruqi, not Al. Sorry. So this poem is very interesting because it explores the Talwin, Tamkin, syzygy. In Sufism, there is the notion that some things are Talwin and some things are Tamkin. So complaint is Talwin because it's colorful, it's changeful, and it's an attribute, it's not an essence. And like the song of the love-struck nightingale, it's an attribute of the nightingale. Whereas Tamkin means something which is fixed, which is self-possessed. It is an essence. In other words, it will obtain in all possible worlds. Now, the scent of the rose, unlike the song of the nightingale, the scent of the rose is Tamkin because it does not change. Whereas the song of the nightingale, it falls silent at the very last, when the rose sheds itself of its petals in silence. The end of the dance or the end of that music is silence. Now, in Urdu and in Farsi and so forth, you have a distinction between rang, which means color, and bu, which means smell. So, rang is changeful, color is changeful, but the essence, the perfume, that is remains the same. So Ghalib uses the phrase shikayat ha e rangeen, lovers' complaints of countless hues. So that's very changeful. It is talween, whereas tamkeen means assured possession. And thus, you see, if you go to Iran, you will find that tamkeen in law refers to the law by which wives must make themselves attractive and available to their husbands. Of course, Islam regards this as a reciprocal duty. Men also should be nicely shaved and not like me, well dressed, perfumed, and enticing, and so that it's a mutual thing. That two attractive people, they should adorn themselves because, after all, sex is making love, and love is based on beauty. So, and on adornment and on wishing to please the other. Now, there's another phrase which is important, which is tagaful, the coquetry of feigned indifference, and this could be considered as something which is done to enhance attractiveness. So the lady or the man, if they are more modest, more sharminda, more like blushing, then it increases the attraction. So, though appearing not to comply with tamkeen, in other words, the tagaful of the devotee, the sort of, it does not seem to be tamkeen. It means it's not complying, and it's delaying the Lord's gratification. And it is talween, it is changeable, it is arbitrary, it's capricious. But the idea is that this may actually be a superior type of observance of the underlying duty. So, you are obliged by the marriage contract to consummate the marriage. But if you show a lot of, nakra, and if you, in fact, it enhances the pleasure. So this is the meaning. Now, from the point of view of Tawheed, that is pure Islamic Buddhism, the Talwin Tamkin binary, it can mislead seekers. But in Islam, only if God has so willed. In other words, if people are led into error, it's not because of some defect in logic or some defect in the tradition. Rather, it is that God has foreordained these things, and it is by God's will. So there is a complex theological poignancy, which is that if you say something, if you make a protestation, well, if you make a complaint, for example, or if you say this is my condition, in a way, what you're doing is you're testing the God, the impassibility. God is impassible in the sense that he does not experience emotions. He is not limited in that way as we are. So there is a very beautiful phrase in this ghazal, which has a theological meaning, and that is tagaful ha e tamkin azmana. Tagaful ha e tamkin azmana. So it's theologically it's quite a complex notion, and I'm trying in English to put it across. So here is my translation of this poem. Yearnings enduring delighters, how various and nefarious are they. Yearnings enduring delighters, how various and nefarious are they. In sooth, if no death is, in truth, life were yet more gay. I'm sorry, I misread that. In sooth, if no death is, in truth, life were yet more grey. When from head to toe there is no conceit, not coquetry's play, what boots this blazon of courtesy's chill display? Blandishments are so lavished on the blameworthy today. Blandishments are so lavished on the blameworthy today. Complaint is itself ravished of what pure it might say. Blushing I desire, and I, utterly naked in assay, coyness in a king proves, what exactly pray? The life of a rushlight is but a single breath, yearning is honour's death in faith's affray. Pneuma is a wave of the ocean of washing itself away. The Saki's uncatchable eye is a decanter on the tray. The scent of raiment indical glitters not in the mind's array. The Mistral's mission of sorrow brooks no languorous delay. In the pulse of every droplet is the shell song the sea is me. Than yours utterly are we, what more can utterance say? Why so circumspect? I stood bail for this, look at me, not away. Martyring me with a glance, how much wergeld will you pay? Listen, O plunderer of the dear-purchased goblet of the heart's fidelity. Does the sound of its shattering enliven your revelry gay? Long-suffering in love renders rank its own thorn-wrought bouquet, that our livers are lily-white, did we ever gainsay? An assassin, this vow of endurance whose trials are durance foray. Hope is a strength-stealing Delilah, impatient for infidel pay. Life blighting is every trope. Talking, utter she what she may. Her every air, every grace, a mocking, I hear and obey.